guys, and welcome to another episode of the Alpha Male Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Heather Krause.
And I'm the other host, Greg Krause, your father. It's nice to be back with you guys.
Yes, and today we wanted to kind of jump into a topic that we get asked a lot about, which is, when someone wants to start putting together a workout program, do they want to make the dive into actually going to a gym, or do they want to, should they be working out at home? Which direction should they kind of go in?
The good news is I have experience with both. And one of the key things I ask people is, how much time do you have to commit to working out each week?
Mm-hmm.
Because if you only have a half hour every other day and it takes you 15 minutes to drive to the gym.
Yeah, then you're kind of shit out of luck.
Right, you kind of know your answer. Probably the first 15, 18 years I worked out at home.
Yeah, I remember we had a very elaborate gym in the basement. I remember we used to use your incline benches as Barbie slides, and used to get really mad understandably, when we were down there, because we definitely could have gotten hurt, but we thought that they were like the best Barbie slides in the world.
And I'm going to see how good your memory is. If you were walking down the steps to the basement,
oh no,
and somebody was working, had weights in their hand, what were you supposed to do?
Oh, stay. Right? We were not supposed to do anything. I thought you were going to ask me like the setup of the gym, and I was like, oh no, I'm not going to remember this. But the equipment was blue, right? It had like blue pads on it and black. Some of them were blue, some were black.
Yeah, I'll get into this more.
Okay.
Because there's ways to outfit a gym if you want at home. But once again, I think you have to decide how much time and how much financial commitment you want to make.
Yeah. No, I think that's a really good point.
And I know you've worked out at both at home and at a gym also.
Yeah. And then I once had the luxury of living literally like 20 feet away from my gym. And so I was able to and it wasn't like an apartment gym. It was actually an LA Fitness. So it was, a huge gym, and I just had to cross the street, which was great on leg day because I just could walk home and didn't have to walk too many steps. But I've worked out in apartment gyms. I've worked out at, made my home gym myself. So yeah, definitely I have experience in everything.
So I would just say, once again, once you determine how much time you have, and if you're going to work out by yourself, or you're going to have somebody that you can count on, and that's one thing I always jokingly tell my football players and just people I've taught or coached in general. I love football, baseball, basketball, all of those sports. But you need somebody else to play with them. And you can't always count on somebody showing up to do them with you because they have other commitments. So the one thing about weight training or working out or whatever you want to call it is, if Heather was going to hook up with me to go work out and all of a sudden something happens and she can't make it, I can still go and do it.
That's a really good point. I think too, especially as we get older, it's harder to, meet up with your friends and schedule because everyone's kids, busy schedules, work, and it is really tough. I mean, I'm trying to get my friend to play pickleball with me, and it's, our schedules is just kind of, it's hard. So, and that's just two people, so you're right.
I have to play that sport yet. I've never tried it.
I have not either. We are jumping into this, and we don't even know the rules. So it's going to be interesting. I'm trying to get her to we'll just show up and, I don't know, learn as we go. Like, I don't know. I mean, do you hire a trainer for that? Like, how are these? I don't know how people are learning how to play this. Or I'm thinking maybe we're going to YouTube it. Like, I haven't really thought too far in advance, but I did buy us paddles and balls. So and I have a bag, and I have a pink pickleball bag. So that's as far as I got.
I guess you're probably ready. Now, getting back to working out. I mean, you could have something as simple as buying some bands
Mm-hmm.
to work out with at home. We had mentioned my mother-in-law, Heather's grandmother. She's 99. She used to work out at home. I bought her 3-pound dumbbells, and those worked fine for her.
Mm-hmm.
One of the friends of ours that's going through rehab right now from having cancer, I have her lifting soup cans to do exercises with just because she's so frail right now.
Mm-hmm.
But once again, you can use anything. You can do push-ups.
Oh, yeah, I mean, and they even have, because not everybody has a space, a huge amount of space for all this. They have dumbbells where they're adjustable. So you can buy, they adjust from like 10 pounds all the way up to 60. And that's just two things that are like, a foot by, I don't know, like 8 inches. And that's all the space that they're taking up. And that's like the full range of weights. So there's so many different things too nowadays. I mean, like when you had your gym, there wasn't Amazon didn't exist, like there wasn't all kinds of different,
Nope.
yeah. And it wasn't, nobody really was having a home gym back then, so now it's a lot easier to get stuff.
And I was just going to mention in the old days, I'm a retired school teacher once again. I would go and talk to the shop teacher, who also happened to be a football coach, and coach with me. I would have the kids design weightlifting equipment for me, where I would pay them to make the equipment, to weld it and everything. That's why you grew up with such an elaborate.
That's funny. Yeah, that is true. You did have a lot of stuff.
Right, we had a lot of pieces of equipment. And the nice thing about it was the home ec department made the padded benches for me to put on the lat machine, the leg press, leg extension, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, and I will tell people, like, teachers are always looking for projects. So don't like think that you couldn't go to your local school that has shop, home ec, or anything and just say, hey, by off chance, if you're looking for a project, like I need some equipment made, it'll be a lot cheaper than ordering it from like gym equipment store.
Right. And you don't need nothing super heavy duty to start with.
Mm-mm.
Another place to go hit up, because I know Michelle used to find me stuff going to garage sales. Because it seems like just about every garage sale has somebody, they're tired of looking at their kids' weights who moved away 10 years ago.
Or I mean, how many people buy stuff to get like in shape? Like they're all motivated for January, and by April they're like, "I'm over this. It's not happening." So another person's, or what is it like the saying? Like one person's trash is another person's treasure. I mean, like there's a ton of those people out there that buy stuff and then just never use it.
Right. So once again, if you only have a half hour, 3 days a week, you could set something up to do at home.
Mm-hmm. Or like Facebook Marketplace, another I mean that's huge. I've gotten stuff. I got like a punching bag off there. I got an elliptical off there. I got all kinds of stuff off there.
And matter of fact, where did you have your one gym set up at your house?
In my garage. Mm-hmm.
So there's another place you can have in case you don't have a basement or a spare bedroom.
Mm-hmm. And my garage wasn't huge. It was like a very, very tight 2-car garage.
Right. I know a lot of times now we have at our house, we have a huge treadmill, a life cycle and all that. But I'll be honest with you, I do more of my cardio walking outside, walking in the woods, taking our Toby for a walk and all that, than I do going on the treadmill. But once again, when you guys were growing up, and I would be training but babysitting you guys because mom went out grocery shopping or whatever, we had the treadmill set up in the family room.
Mm-hmm.
So I could do the treadmill, be there with you guys doing your homework or watching TV, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
and kill two birds with one stone.
Yeah, and I will say, like, if space is limited for you guys, I would not like waste any with an actual treadmill. I would fill that space up with weights personally, and then buy like one of those walking pads that just kind of like it's it doesn't have like the top part of the treadmill. It's just a very flat, thin pad, I guess you would call it, and then you walk on it, and you can just prop it up against the wall. So it really, or even put it like under a couch.
What about what we got, Grandma?
Oh, like the little like I don't know, like under the desk ellipticals. There's maybe 2 feet wide by 2 feet, and like if you work from home or even if you work at a desk job, I would buy it because you just put it underneath your desk and you just like use it, and it's not
You
huge by
get
any
paid
means.
to work out.
Yeah, and I mean, I think everybody should be doing that because like I said, they say that sitting is the new smoking, and I just think that so many people. I think that that's what's adding to our health crisis right now too. I mean, there's a lot of other things, but so many people sit and like I was thinking about this the other day. How much like I'm on the computer and you're just sitting in the exact same spot, like in the exact same position because all you're doing is just like slightly moving a mouse. Whereas like 10, 15 years ago, you at least had to like move paper or you had to get up and like get something out of a file cabinet. Nobody has to do that anymore. So you can be at your desk for like 8 hours straight and like not even, and like hardly move an inch. So,
And that's why if you are stuck in a job like that, I would make sure you roll your shoulders back,
yes.
roll your arms or whatever, get up to go get
Mm-hmm.
some water, whatever you need to do, but keep moving the body a little bit.
Yeah, definitely.
But that gets back to cardio is good, but strength training is better.
Yes. Because you technically get a cardiovascular workout when you're lifting.
Yes.
And if any, like, because do yourself a favor, take your heartbeat if you when you start lifting and see how fast your heart rate's moving, and then you'll understand. I would say sometimes that's better than going on like an actual treadmill or an elliptical. Because I've never felt like I was going to throw up when I've been on a cardio machine, but I have felt like I was going to throw up doing a weightlifting workout.
Well, today I just took some of the clients through a leg workout with me, and it was funny because when we started doing the higher rep squats,
Mm-hmm. Those are brutal.
yes, they all got very quiet in
Yeah.
between sets because that definitely gets the heart beating
Oh,
and
yeah.
the lungs breathing heavy.
You know what's funny is the one workout that I did that made me want to throw up the most, that was the most like workout that my heart's ever gotten, is Bikram yoga, which, so Bikram yoga, for those that don't know,
Never heard of it.
yeah. So it was developed by this one guy who, I mean, there's like lawsuits against him. He's like a real weird guy, but the yoga is insane. So it's the room, I believe it's like 104 degrees or something. So it's hotter than just regular hot yoga. Like hot yoga can go, there's like a range of temperatures, but Bikram, like everything has to be exactly the same. So like the temperature is like I said, 104, which is nuts when you're doing like yoga during it. And like these moves aren't even that crazy. So you go into it, and no matter what the instructor is, no matter what location you're in, the class is exactly the same, and it's like the same, I don't know if it's like 40 moves, 50 moves or whatever. You go through the sequence and then you do them again. So you repeat it, and it's like an hour or hour and a half. So I went on a date, this guy that I knew at the gym, were like, okay, let's go do this Bikram yoga class. And I've never done it before, but he was like a veteran. He did it all the time. I'm in the class. I am dying. And the only reason why I even survived is because I'm like, I can't look like a pansy in this, because this is like I like the guy. And I'm like, if I leave, I can't like live with myself. I'm going to be like, I can't look at him in the face again, because he's like fine. But I was dying. And I probably like 2 or 3 times I almost got up and I had to like talk myself down and like, no, you can get through this. But it was nuts. Just doing it in that heat was such a workout. And I mean, I was drenched when I walked out. It was disgusting, but it felt really, really good.
Sounds like double session football practice in
Oh,
the summer.
yeah. I mean, it was brutal. And I would be curious to see, like, if you took those football players and put them in that room, like after they've done like they're used to it, put them in that room. If they thought is like a struggle, or if I was just that not conditioned for it, I don't know. But it was intense.
I can imagine Gorzeet makes you a lot weaker, a lot quicker when you're sweating and everything.
Yeah, and like I said, these were not complicated moves at all. They were pretty simple. So my point is though that I had like cardio is the last thing ironically on the list that has made me like work out so hard that I wanted to throw up, meaning that like I feel like my heart got the craziest workout in a yoga class, then weightlifting, then cardio. So a lot of people think that they have to do cardio when really you're getting a cardio workout when you're lifting.
That is so true. And by the way, back to with the home gym, just some stories, so to say, because I always hear people say, Craig, you don't understand. I don't have time. Or I have a wife, I have a husband, I have kids. We used to put the playpen downstairs in our basement when we were training. So this way I would watch you guys or have you take your naps and I would get my workouts in.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I don't remember that, but
right,
yeah, I was too
had
young.
you guys sleep through it. But I'll never forget the one time one of my old training partners, Mark Katanik, I forget whether it was you or his older daughter, you weren't tired. I'm going to say it was you. And so we took turns holding you while the other one did their set of leg
funny.
extensions. And we're laughing because we got our workout in, but we also took care of you. And I know that's a little extreme, but I'm just saying you can always make it happen if you wanted to.
1000%. I think it just comes down to like if you really want to, it's possible, and if you really don't want to, then that's possible. Is like you're gonna find a reason not to do it.
Right. And the good news about training at home, no matter how bad the weather is or how short of time you are, you can always get it in.
Yeah, I liked working out at home, and I feel like it just depends on what kind of like mood I'm in. If I want to be around people, or I did like having that as an option because sometimes when I had a crazy day and I'm like I just don't have time, to go to the gym. I don't have that extra like 20 minutes to drive there, and having it home makes it really hard to justify not doing it.
Well, that's why we have a gym set up in our basement now. And a lot of times, because mom's schedule's so busy,
Yeah.
when she comes home, I'll take her through a workout down in the basement. And we picked up some of the equipment through some of the gyms that were closing, where we got a real good price on a lot of the dumbbells and machines and everything.
Well, and that's another thing. Like a lot of gyms will upgrade their equipment, so they're always looking to sell some of their older equipment. So that's another avenue to look at. And I think too, when you're starting off working out, and even if like let's just say you do want to go to a gym, but you're just still trying to develop that habit of going there, like 3-4 times a week, 5 times a week, it's not a bad idea to also have like a set of spare dumbbells because when you're trying to develop a habit, I think you want as much success on your side because
Good point.
yeah, so like let's just say, like Monday, Tuesday you make it to the gym, Thursday your schedule's crazy, so if you have those dumbbells, you can pick them up and let's just say do a couple sets with them, and then if that might be all you can do that day, but that was a success, you worked out, and then you can jump back into the gym. So it's not one or the other. You can also kind of like have a hybrid thing where some days, you work out at your in your house, and like you can easily do I call them like metabolic lift days. I don't know if that's even like the right term, but that's just what I use. It's all it takes is like a couple dumbbells, and you basically do you pick like 6 exercises, and you do like 12 reps of each exercise, and you only do one set. So like let's just say it's side lateral raises, and then shoulder presses, squats, jumping jacks, and then let's say bicep arm curls. And you do one set of 10 to 12 of each of those back. It's like a huge giant set. And then you do them, you use weights light enough that you don't have to worry about injury, because you're doing it fast. So you're not going to, pick weights, crazy dumbbells that you really have to concentrate the form on.
So you get 12 reps in or 10 reps in.
Yes. And so you do that back to back to back to back. And then when you're done with that 6 exercise, that's when you take your rest, and then you run that 10 times through. And you only need maybe 2 different dumbbell like weights for that. And I will tell you that workout kicks your ass. Now, if you're looking to build size and everything like that, you can't just get by with just that, because that's more of a cardio, like even more so a cardiovascular workout with weights.
But it's still stimulating the
Definitely
muscle.
something you can add in there. So like on a day where, and it doesn't take that long because you're doing it so fast. And you're just doing 10 rounds through, and you don't have to wait for anybody to get off a machine. And you don't realize how quick it is when you take out those little rests. Like when you do a normal workout, you're doing like one set, you rest, then you do another set, you rest. When you take that out and you're doing 6 exercises, like a giant set like that, that goes by super fast. So on those days when you can't make it to the gym, you do that, and you got your workout in. You didn't have to leave the house. You can even do it in front of the TV, and you're good to go.
Or in front of the crib.
Yeah, or in front of the
Watch the
crib,
kids.
whatever you want. Or get your kid little, dumbbells and have them do it. I mean, I used to love.
We did that with you guys.
Yeah. Like I remember those little dumbbells. And I used to love going down in the gym again. Like we weren't really supposed to be playing around there, but like that was fun for us.
Well, and you all grew up lifting weights to stay in shape.
Yeah. I mean, I think I knew what a bicep curl was before I knew much else. So
That is true.
yes. I knew all your bodybuilding poses. I mean, there's like little pictures of me and like mom's high heels, but doing like a double bicep. So I got the best of both worlds, the bodybuilding world and then the high heel world.
Which now, when you ladies compete, you wear high heels.
Yeah, I mean,
also.
it's definitely, that was like a little insight into my future. I had no idea that was coming, but.
And by the way, we're not trying to make you competitive bodybuilders or bikini girls or anything else. It's whatever you want to do.
Yeah, that's just our background. That was the path we took. But the thing is, like, even though that was like we took more of an extreme route with the fitness, it taught it provided us so much knowledge on all the different levels of fitness, to where, it's not that we can just give advice to just the extreme, because it really does. It portrays to everybody. So all these little things like working out, that can go from it depends on where you want to take it. From the beginner person that just wants to lose a couple pounds, or from the person that wants to step on stage, all of these things, you still kind of do the same thing. It just depends on how extreme you get with it. But the foundation is the same.
Right. And how many people a couple months ago all made their New Year's resolution that they were going to get in shape or do this or do that. And that's why what we're trying to get to you guys is, now's the day you should start.
Yes, you don't have to start on a Monday. So many people try to start on Monday, like they're in their head, or, at the beginning of the month, I'll start on like April 1st. It's just start. Who cares? And also I think a lot of people too wait until it's perfect. And they're like, oh, I'm going to start here. My schedule's going to be less hectic, blah, blah, blah. Just who cares? Just start imperfect. Just go, go to the gym, even in your head. If you want to go 5 days a week and you want to, you have this workout in your head, even if you just go and do half of it, who cares? That's something that it's better than what your plan was to wait.
Right. That'll help you build good habits.
Mm-hmm.
And what's funny is once you start lifting or doing whatever, you naturally start eating a little better.
Mm-hmm.
You start thinking about what you're putting in your mouth, what you're drinking, how much sleep you're getting.
So I was listening to this one podcast, and this lady was talking about. I thought this was really interesting. There's a study. It was called the Every Other Day Diet, and what they did was they took obese people, and they had horrible eating habits, and the diet was that you could eat whatever you wanted one day, and on the second day you had to fast, and then this third day you could eat whatever you wanted. Fourth day you fasted, so it was every other day. And what they found was just after a short period of time doing this, their habits started to change because they were starting to pick better foods. So they weren't just like the junking out on those every other days started to get cleaned up just naturally without them even trying. And they credited it to the people's bacterias were changing in their stomachs. So like when you would fast, the good bacteria would start to like rise up. And then
get rid of the old.
Yes.
Bad.
And so just having that one day of, and because if you think about it, when you're eating like shit day after day after day, your body just never gets, all the good stuff never gets to like rise to the top because you're just throwing shit after shit after shit in there. And so it was just allowing little by little, and slowly their diets just evolved. So like it doesn't, you don't have to do this elaborate thing to see changes.
And that's where I know with people we've worked with and everything,
Mm-hmm.
when they write down what they're eating every day and give it to us, we do some simple things like eat what you want every other meal. And
Mm-hmm.
it's funny, pretty soon they start doing 2 good meals and then a bad meal, and they start just what you said.
Yeah.
They lose the taste, the bacteria in their gut changes.
Mm-hmm.
And things start happening to the positive where they feel better.
Yeah.
And when they eat the stuff that isn't so good for you, they realize they don't feel very good.
Because it's hard to realize how bad you feel when you're doing it day after day after day. And I know you are the same as me with this. Like, I mean, when we go to, and we very rarely like eat and like binge on like sugar. Like we'll have our treats here and there, but like it's usually around the holidays. And we feel like crap for like 3 days. I mean, it's like almost worse than like a hangover. Like it just like knocks us on our asses. But we would not notice that if we were eating that every day because you get used to it. And I think if more people understood how bad they actually felt, like I think a lot of people just have this just underlying I just generic feel like crap. And like they don't really understand, like
right,
they're
they
tired.
Don't know the difference.
Yeah, they have brain fog, all this. And it's probably, I'm going to guess, to a lot of people, it slowly happened because also chemicals in our food have been like getting slowly increasing, bit by bit. So when you have the habit of like, I don't know, going to McDonald's all the time, I mean, that food's changed over the years. So like, it's like a slow roll. It's a feeling like crap every
Matter
day.
of fact, Mom and I noticed when we drive by McDonald's now, the lines for the drive-through aren't as busy anymore.
Really?
It seems like people are wising up and realizing.
Yeah, that's good.
The crap they've been serving us for many years.
We have a McDonald's that's going in by you guys, and I'm curious to see how that is because like I have not seen a new McDonald's being built in forever. Have you? Like I thought it was so weird when they put that sign up that a new McDonald's is going in there. I'm like, can we get something better, please?
Mom and I are laughing because we can't even remember the last time we ate at McDonald's.
Oh, like I've had to stop in there to pee like not too long ago, and the smell alone in there, like when you walk into the restaurant, you're like, oh my God. And again, though, you don't realize this if you're eating it every day. And like, and guys, I'm not against a high caloric food. You want to get a burger, get a good burger, like a big, greasy, but real meat burger that if
Right.
you keep it out on your kitchen counter for a week, it's going to look disgusting. Not the exact same, because that's what's going on with the McDonald's food. I don't
With
know
all the
what it is.
preservatives,
It
yeah.
is a hamburger like substance that you're eating. And even that, if your diet is so bad and you can't even think about not eating a burger every day, just start eating like one from an actual restaurant, like not fast food. And even that would change, because you're going to get good meat. Try making them at home. And you could throw every topping you want on it. And I'd still say
Right.
that's better than,
Because just the meat smells different. I know we usually
yeah.
eat grass-fed beef,
Mm-hmm.
and you could just smell and taste how good that is
Oh, absolutely. And you're going to feel
compared to the
better.
other.
Yeah. And like,
Yeah.
that's really what is nutritious for you is like, I mean, we're definitely big proponents of red meat. I eat it twice a day, every day. Um, but
I eat it a few more times.
yeah, but McDonald's does not fall in that category.
And we're not trying to put McDonald's down. We're just hoping they get the message and change their food back
Yes.
to serving something that is nutritious and
Yeah.
will help us all out.
Yeah, and it can be as fatty as you want it. You can dip those fries in, as much good grease as you want, like beef tallow.
Right.
Go to town. I don't care. But don't serve whatever, and don't try to pass along whatever you're doing, like whatever you're serving as food, because it's not food anymore.
Right. And that goes for a lot of the fast food restaurants.
Yeah.
But back to what we were talking about, because you could get us going on diet for a
Yeah,
long
I
time.
know. We have to watch to not. But I will say diet is the most important thing. So that is why you will always hear us go back to diet, because guys, if you get your diet in check, all kinds of changes happen in your life. You get more motivated, you get more energy, sleep better. But that's all I will say on that for
Probably
today.
have to buy a new wardrobe.
Yeah. Like, and your
Right.
confidence goes up.
By the way, the shirt was given to me by one of my fans. When I had won the Masters Nationals to get my pro card, a gentleman from Australia
Oh, that's cool.
contacted me a couple days later and became my first out of the country fan that
That's
I
so
had.
funny. I'm jealous.
But
I don't
he-
have
He
fans.
bought me the shirt. It's the rugby team
Oh, that's cool.
from his town in Australia.
Uh-huh. Oh, I like that.
So I out-fashioned you
You did
for the
today.
first time.
Well, that'll be the only time, but yes.
Got that right. But back to with the home gym. If you find yourself you don't want to go through all the hassle of having to buy stuff or make a room put aside to it that you feel you need to make a commitment to go
Yeah.
and train, then the next alternative is to go find a gym
Mm-hmm.
or a rec center or whatever
Yeah.
to be able to do it. There's a ton of different types of gyms out there, from your general gym where everybody goes to. There's more harder core gyms like the bodybuilding gyms
Mm-hmm.
or the powerlifting gyms,
CrossFit gyms. Yeah.
CrossFit. And I've trained at all of them except for CrossFit, and that'll be for a different discussion.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of good gyms out there that we will touch on and explain you what you should be looking for.
Yeah. In our next episode, we'll definitely dive deeper into that. How do you pick one? How to even, because I feel like there is a strategy, like especially if you're just starting out, like different pitfalls you can have, if you kind of get a little overzealous and there might be one 40 minutes away that you want to go to, but if you never worked out at a gym before and your schedule's tight, might not be the best idea. and just different things, you know, like what to look for in one, things like that. So yeah, we're going to dive into that in the next episode.
Well, thanks for joining us today. I hope this was helpful.
Yes. And again, if you guys have any questions that you want us to answer, go ahead and email us at info@thealphamalepodcast.com and just put questions in the subject line for us, and we'll definitely get those answered for you in the next episode.
Right, and we appreciate the ones you've sent in so far.
Yes, definitely. Well, with that, guys, we will
Take care
see you
till
next time. Thanks.
Thank you.